So Trump keeps escalating in his outright war on free speech. And now, I mean, it's already been at a comical level, but this is like parody at this point, y'all. Let me walk you through this. So the NIH, National Institute of Health, bans all future grants to universities with DEI programs or Israel boycotts. New rules are next step in Trump assault on campus diversity programs and anti-Semitism. So stop and think about what this means. This means, so let's say you have a college campus and they allow the students to vote on like, hey, should we divest from Israel or should we express solidarity with Palestinians? And a majority of the students say yes. And they pass some like totally meaningless resolution that's like, hey, we're against genocide, right? Like, I don't want to downplay that. That matters. But in terms of like having force to change anything, it obviously doesn't, right? The Trump regime looks at that and goes, sorry, you're not allowed to do any like medical research anymore. We're going to take millions of dollars in grants that we're going to go to you. We're going to steal it. So sorry. Were you working on new medicine for diabetes or cancer? Sorry, you can't do that anymore because you didn't kiss Netanyahu's ass. Oh my God, bro. What is this country coming to? The National Institutes of Health will begin prohibiting the awarding of new grants to any institutions that have DEI programs or boycott Israeli companies in an escalation of the Trump administration's use of research funding as leverage to dismantle activities at universities that it deems discriminatory or anti-Semitic. Let me pause here to just point out. The reaction from the university should be that every single university in the country in solidarity at once, all of the leadership comes out and says in no uncertain terms, we condemn Israel and their assault on innocent Palestinian people. We support BDS. We will divest from them. This is how you fight back. It's hard to do it if you're the lone voice, but if everybody bands together, it's like, yeah, go ahead. Cut off the research funding for all research in the country. Let me know how that works out for this country, right? Let me know how that goes in the long run. And my guess is then pharma has to get involved and tell Trump, hey, that's where we get all of our medicine from is the university research. You can't cut off all the university funding. And then Trump will be like, take it back. Say you love Netanyahu and you want to blow him. Say it. And the universities will go, no, fuck off. And then eventually they will have to cave. They will have to buckle. Harvard fought back against the Trump administration. And then a few days later, they released information that was like, oh, that letter we sent where we had this list of preposterous demands, that was actually an accident that we sent it to you. So like, we didn't really mean that. So when you fight back, they will eventually fold, but you need to be united. You need to have solidarity. And also, how fucking dishonest to say, this is anti-Semitic. Why is it anti-Semitic? We're talking about the state of Israel, a government, a foreign government, which, by the way, is not a democracy by any stretch of the imagination. It's an apartheid state. It's a Jewish supremacist state. You have more rights if you're Jewish there than if you're not, right? So to say, oh, it's anti-Semitic to criticize Israel, I mean, it's insane. This is an insane thing to say. And then on the DEI stuff, like, guys, this is a Trojan horse, right? Because when people say, oh, I'm against DEI, if a normie says that, what they mean is they're forcing us to go to some stupid class which tells us, hey, don't be racist. And it's just annoying. They're like, yeah, I know not to be racist. Why do I have to go to this class? That's what normies think when they hear DEI. But in reality, the Trump administration is saying we're going after DEI. What they really have done is gone after basic civil right protections. Like they're rolling back stuff from the Civil Rights Act under the guise of, this is DEI. So what they mean is, no, seriously, truly, we mean it. We only want like white males to get ahead and everybody else can fuck off. That's what they actually mean. Shortly after STAT reported Monday on a draft of the new terms and conditions for research grants, they were officially posted on the NIH grants website. The new rules require recipients of NIH funds to certify that they do not have any diversity, equity, and inclusion or diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility programs. So in other words, they're saying here, not only fuck black people, but also fuck brown people, and they just added at the end here, fuck the disabled as well. Well, thank you. These are the people who pretend to be the most Christian, by the way. They're super Christian, but also like screw the disabled, screw the poor and the dispossessed and people from minority communities. Programs that violate federal anti-discrimination laws and that they do not participate in boycotts of Israeli companies or firms doing business in Israel. The notice goes on to say that if a grantee is found to be violating these terms, the NIH can terminate the award and claw back funding that was dispersed. Yeah, these are fascists, bro. That's what they are. We're talking about fascists here. The idea that like we are going to twist your arm to make you have to do business with this hostile foreign government that's genociding innocent people. Do you realize how insane that is? I mean, I remember it is illegal in this country to protest this country. You are allowed to protest the United States of America in the United States of America. Sometimes a blue state will protest a red state, or a red state will protest a blue state. And this is obvious stuff. But the one line you can't cross is you can't criticize a foreign government, and you can't say we don't want to do business with them, and you can't say, hey, you guys need to give Palestinians human rights. I mean, it's like they cry when people say, like, oh, it looks like who actually is controlling this country? It looks like the Israel lobby has an iron grip of power. In fact, there's a literal IDF official who's now helping to control foreign policy vis-a-vis Israel in this country. We just learned that the other day. It was a big leak that came out. But when you point out, like, I don't know, man, seems like there's a lot of nefarious behind-the-scenes influence from the Israel lobby. They go, oh, anti-Semite. I'm just describing what is. I'm not even giving an opinion. I'm just saying this is happening. Oh, you're not allowed to say that. So you're just censoring what's true. That's what you're doing. Well, that's great. That's great. Keep with your boy who cried wolf nonsense. Guess what this is? This boy who cried wolf, right? It's just everything's anti-Semitism. You disagree with Netanyahu, it's anti-Semitic. You disagree with John Fetterman, it's anti-Semitic. You call out a bombing of a hospital, anti-Semitic. And then, now you've opened up the door so that there are genuine anti-Semites on the right, and nobody bats an eyelash at it because you've so degraded the term anti-Semitism that you throw around no matter what that it doesn't stick when it's necessary. So, I mean, it is just insane. Solidarity with the universities. I really, 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 really wish they would all grow a pair. Harvard did, to be fair. Some law firms did too, as well, to be fair. But the move here is for all of the universities at once to snub them and all pass some sort of a resolution saying, we are boycotting Israel. Because then it's like, okay, go ahead. Cut off all the grant money in this country. All the research and development for drugs comes from universities. Go ahead. Let's create nothing ever again. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dare them. And then they'll have to back down. Just like he blinked with China, right? With the tariffs. He'll blink on this too. It's enough already. It's enough already. How much the authoritarianism for Israel is so off the charts. Mahmoud Khalil, Ozturk, all these people, mildly pro-Palestinian, doing mild Israeli critiques, one in an op-ed, one leading a protest, and they are disappeared and locked up indefinitely. And you think you could just strong-arm people into supporting that government? Are you mental? Apparently they are. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.